Happy wet Friday, the 1st July in 2022. June's gone. June for 2022 is gone and over. This is another singing lesson, and I googled this. According to Google, singing takes both talent and skill. Quoting exactly, a person is said to be talented when they can use physical intelligence to imitate something they see or hear or others do, like hearing someone else sing. Your mind, body, and soul process it. Now remember, I am teaching you from the soul perspective, and I said you do have to have a little bit of techniques because I said you don't have to sound, perfectly like piano, because we're not pianos, but we do have to have breathing techniques and things and like that. Today, I want to discuss how to correct pitch problems. And I actually typed this up around 2011, because in 2010, 2011 was when I was a singing teacher. So going off pitch simply means going off key. Please, again, forgive me for reading. There are two ways the voice is off key. Sharp, where the note is slightly higher than the one aimed for, but isn't the next note. For example, instead of trying to sing A, you actually sing A sharp. Flat, where the opposite occurs, you miss the notes slightly and are flat. Also, flat can occur when you go to sing really deeply and you can't get that deep sound, so you're flat. Do you understand? Yes. Now, you can feel the vocal vibrations in your throat by placing your fingers on your throat and recite in a talking voice the alphabet. So let's do it together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, or C if you're in some other countries. Now, the point of this exercise is I want you to feel vibrations in different contexts. Let's whisper it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, and so on. Can you feel the difference? Now I'm just going to sing again, place on my phone, and I'm not going to do all the alphabet because that's just stupid, okay? So now singing, and you can do it on one note if you want, but I'm going to sing it my way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, O, M, N, O, P. That will do. You should feel different vibrations in the whole three of those exercises. Okay, according to classic methods, there are several reasons to believe to be the cause of being pitchy. Lack of breath support. Now, even though I said I'm not a classical teacher and I am teaching from passion and soul, breath, breath, breath. You can't get away from breath, whatever you teach. You don't have breath, you don't sing. Number 2, according to the classical, lazy ears. This means if you're listening and practicing the scales classically, so someone's playing the piano and you're singing along to the notes, that if you are not listening properly, that's why they're called lazy ears, and you don't listen, because this is how I learnt to sing. She would, remember I told you, she would play a note and I had to get an octave above, so I had to listen So I once was married to a man who he just didn't, you heard it, have an ear for music. So every song sounded the same. So when I went to church, I knew every song because he just sang in the same monotone type of voice. So anyway, the third reason is unnecessary tension on vocal cords. You tend to be pitchy using the head voice for high notes. What happens is you strain to reach high notes. That for me, as a non-classical teacher, I do believe. Now I believe breath is necessary, but I believe pitchiness comes from not only straining, but doubting yourself. In other words, you have allowed your left brain to say, before you even tried, oh, that note is far too high, I'll never reach it. And it's that usually what happens. You've talked yourself into it. I'm sorry, the light's bad there. I'll get over here to try and block it out. So that's why I teach from the soul or passion. Don't question, just do it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But you are much more likely to succeed if you believe in yourself and have confidence and faith. Doubt or I can't often tells our subconscious we can't, and then we don't. I'm now going to focus on high notes. The higher you sing, the faster the vocal cords vibrate. I've explained this in a brief PDF document that if you email me, I'll send to you for free, including other singing exercises or ideas I started work on and typed in 2011. So the free documents I will email you for free that are typed around that year, 2011, are called Pitch Perfection versus Emotional Connection. 2. Storytelling Methodology. This will help with writing as well as singing. And Vocal Technique Lesson. All of these are free, worth about $50. Now my email address to ask for these documents are gemamberstone@gmail.com. That's GEMAMBERstone@gmail.com. I've written it here, and if asked in the links, I will link it. Can you see that? So if you want a copy of the lessons, that's when you will email me at that email address, and I will send you the copies of what I have spoken about. In my next lesson, which I don't know when, will be on how to tell, and I'm writing it down, how to tell the story in your singing. And just very briefly, choruses are important because choruses are the crux of the matter. They are often repeated till you have a verse, and then you have a chorus, and usually have a verse and then a chorus. Sometimes songs are not like that. Sometimes songs just go from verse to verse. But just like me telling you a story, there are emphasis when you on notes on the times you're telling the story. So how that works is either you increase your volume, you decrease your volume, you soften your pitch. I'll explain more in my next lesson, and that's probably not going to be a very long lesson, but I get, just very briefly before I go, how I get you to know what the story is to print out the words to the song you're going to sing, and you read the song or the story aloud, and you know what the story is trying to say, and this points in the story that you are meant to emphasize. That's why when you read it aloud, you get the gist of what the story is trying to say, and then by getting the gist when you sing, that's when we emphasize the storytelling. I hope I make more sense about this in my next video. Anyway, love to you all. Have a lovely day. This is all for me for today. Bye. Take care. Love.